I can say that was the worst race of the season. It was the worst race of the season for me, guys, I have to say. If you watch the race with me or the replay here on YouTube, you know why. And let's understand why. First of all, this is the race start. I'm starting 17 on the left side. I'm the Williams at the left side. I hear more or less. The start was good, but some people passed me. I think Tsunoda or one of the RVs passed me on soft. I start on medium. And in the outside, I tried to pass, I think it's Joe. And Bottas now. And at that point is everything okay, but the problem came here. And at that point I lost the front wing. That piece is mine. It's my part of my front wing. Once again, for second consecutive race, I did a mistake and I lost some kind of end plate. Let's see why. In that way, you can see here. This is the replay from the onboard. At this point, what I tried today here was the problem. I tried to go by the outside, but I didn't realize that I had no space. Bottas did nothing wrong for me here. He was trying to do the normal braking point, and I thought I was trying to use the outside, but as you can see here, there is not space. And it was my mistake. Wrong calculation, and there I touched Bottas, and I lost the end plate. Obviously, that cost me time in this kind of circuits. I think it will not affect me so much to the behavior of the car, but I was wrong. The car from this point was much less undrivable. Was much less undrivable at this point, guys. Well, this is different replays of the same maneuver from Bottas and everything. And Joe, well, then Joe passed me as well. This is different replays from the restart. It's similar. And this in the next lap, without the end plate, I suffered a lot, guys. I was passed by the Haas. I think it was Hülkenberg. At this point, I'm much slower than the rest of the cars with this problem in the front wing. And here, another mistake, guys. I was very aggressive trying to defend the position, and I broke even more my front wing. I lost the front wing there. And from this point, the car was undrivable. I tried to stay on track in case we have some kind of safety car, guys. I had to say. Let me check something that I'm okay. Oh, okay. Let me change something, guys, of the stream. No, it should be better. So from this point, the race was terrible, guys. This is the replay of the same action. And on the inside, basically my mistake was to try to defend my position here. At this point, I was very aggressive on the brakes. I ride on the curve. The car stabilization was bad here for braking, and I collided with Nico, breaking even more the same part of the front wing. So yeah. Well, this is the same replay from another different angle. It doesn't matter. Question is that next lap with this kind of damage, it happened what we had to happen. I lock up and I completely destroy the front wing at that point. Obviously, this is the replay. Fortunately, I saved the suspension so I can continue. At that point, but obviously now I had to go to change the front wing. And this is well, spoilers. I was lucky. From now, I had a safety car. We have a safety car. Why we have a safety car? Because of that. This is Alex Albon, my teammate. Albon out of the race in lap, I think was lap 14, something like that. He crashed in turn 3, as you can see here, and we had a safety car. we have a safety car. I was lucky and I changed tires, and at that point I did the pit stop before the safety car. I changed to medium to hard tires, sorry, and I said, okay, I was lucky. My race was completely destroyed with that accident at the beginning, but with this safety car I can start from zero. I have another chance. And this is the restart after the safety car. This is lap 16 or I don't remember now. No, maybe lap 30 or 40, something like that. We're in the first 15 laps, something like that. The restart is normal. I try to don't be very aggressive. I try to respect the limits. I try to maintain, to preserve my front wing once again. But after some laps, another mistake, another crash. Once again, end plate broken. This time the other side, the right side. And from now I maintain the car on track, but once again the car was very undrivable in these conditions. This is the same replay. I touched there the wall and I lost the end plate. So basically, this is another replay from another different angle. You can see how I lost the end plate. Is very clear. At that point the car was once again very undrivable. I lost ground with the pack, with the rest of the cars. And not only that, the car was terrible. I didn't feel comfortable enough. Even when I had my front wing complete in one piece, I felt that I was not able. I don't know if it was to warm up the tire properly or to have the feeling with the car. All the feeling I had in practice and in qualifying, I lost it in race. Every time I was braking, I had no idea if I would lock out or not in every corner. I was too turning, the front axle feels very stiff. I had really bad feelings, guys, and this problem adding to that is probably my worst circuit, a circuit where I always had difficulties. And with this front wing broken again, with all what happened at the beginning of the race, all mistakes, I was out of control in emotions. I was really frustrated with myself. I was really angry, and I tried to stay on track, and this is what happened in lap 17. I think it's exactly the same accident that Albon had in the same point, and super similar, super similar, almost the same. Obviously my race was over here. After this I was streaming this race, and after that I just wanted to switch off the console, to switch off the stream, and to do another different things, because I was so sad, so angry, so disappointed with my race. So many mistakes from myself, so I did so bad, so bad that I really want to disconnect. And even I had not at that point I was thinking in the next race in Singapore 5 days later, and I was thinking on my mind, I'm not I don't want to keep playing to this game. Obviously it's not what I'm thinking now. That was the frustration of the moment. Now I feel recovered. But this weekend we have another street circuit, Singapore. What happened with Singapore? As I said last weekend, Azerbaijan is probably my worst track ever in any kind of Formula 1 game. I always had bad results. I crashed a lot of times. It's a circuit that for some reason I'm not comfortable enough. What happened with Singapore? Well, I have to say Singapore for me is totally different. I love this track. In the real Formula 1 season, this is my favorite Grand Prix. Not the favorite circuit, but it's my favorite Grand Prix in terms of the event, the show, the lights, the layout. It's a mix of in combination. I really love this Grand Prix. The circuit I really enjoyed as well. It's not my favorite one, but I really enjoy this one. It's very demanding, a lot of corners, a lot of not so many straight line speed as happened in Baku. And here in games I had different kind of luck. I have to say that most of the races I was not able to score points, and I had troubles and difficulties. But in others, like in the F1 21, I was able to finish and to score points. Last year, I did a good qualifying. I think I qualified in P12, something like that. But I did some mistakes, remember. But it's a circuit that is much better for me than Azerbaijan, that's for sure. If I'm able to feel comfortable enough with the setup and everything since the beginning, I think it can be a total different race in comparison to Baku. Singapore is very technical, and it's a circuit where you cannot take so much breaks as happens in Azerbaijan, for example. The lap starts here, corner 1, 2 and 3 are like consecutive. Basically, turn 1, 2 and 3 is like for me one corner, because you brake, third gear, maybe fourth is possible. It's not so slow corner as it looks in the layout, because you have big margin here, runoff area and a big curve you can use. Turn 2 is like to stay in the inside to prepare the entry in 3. This is a very important corner, because this short straight is important to gain traction as soon as possible. It's a point where even it's possible to overtake. Move on to turn 5. This is critical because it's fast corner. Here looks very slow, but it's medium speed corner, 4th gear, and this is the first point where you have to close to the wall a lot. This is a circuit where you have to close to the wall massively, especially at the exit of 5, and this is probably the most important point of the track. Probably the point where you can, this year also here, but this is the best point for overtaking here. DRS 6 is flat out, and move on to turn 7. One of my favorites. I like this braking. Feels very nice to brake here after a long straight. Here at the exit there is a curve, and at the other part of the curve you have track. It's a very strange exit corner, to be honest. But if you ride a lot or too much over the curve, the car will span or will slide. So you have to take the curve, but not so much. And to prepare the car immediately for turn 8, this is very slow section, probably the slowest corner of the track. Second gear, important to touch the curve on the inside to open the line and move immediately to the right side, because we have the turn 9, which is a corner very interesting. It's a bit longer. You have to stick to the left side, touching the inside curve, and once again in the outside, the wall is just right there. You have to touch it a bit to gain time in qualifying. Move on to this section. I love it. Super technical. Turn 10, 11, 12 and 13. That basically this is about to check turn 10 very fast. Now it's faster than in the old layout. Maybe 4th, 5th gear. Take it, not use too much the inside, because immediately you will have turn 11. Difficult corner, low visibility. Here the track is not well lightning in terms of lights. Touch a bit the curve, and here is the bridge. There is a bridge section where it's not possible for me to put the foot on the throttle at maximum here in this section. It's very easy to span if you accelerate too soon. Super easy to span. You have to go through this section and using all the outside possible, even touching the wall a bit, to take this corner, probably along to this one, the slowest of the track. Super slow corner, but very important in traction, because you have another DRS zone. It's not a very long straight, but very important to have good traction. Move on to turn 14. Another important corner in this new layout, because after this corner that is very slow, this is another corner where in the exit you have to try to stay as close as possible to the wall, and you have the fourth zone of DRS, another possible point for overtaking. Now in the old layout this was not possible. Here it was the tunnel and we had section with corners, but now this is all a straight line. I'll move on to this chicane that is amazing. It's 16 and 17, where basically 16 is about to touch a bit the curve, and now using the inside of 17 you have to ride on the curve all the time. You can gain time right on the curve, and once again finally to close to the wall as much as possible, guys. To try to do the best qualifying possible, you have to even touch a bit the walls. And move on to the final 2 corners. It's not so easy as it looks like here. Very fast corners. You can span here and have a massive crash, because the wall is really close to the track. Remember Carlos Sainz crash, I don't know, I think it was this year in this corner. Very fast, probably more than 220 kilometers per hour. You have to lift a bit the foot on the throttle, just a bit, and 19 is flat out to try to do the best lap possible. Very technical track, but I really enjoy it. I really like it. It's a track where you have to do a lot of laps to get used to set the car properly for your driving style, but it's very nice. And now move on to the game, guys. Let me sync the audio first. and move on to the game, guys. And now, well, basically, this is the weekend of the Singapore Grand Prix. So, first of all, let's see if we can develop the MUK reliability testing that is from Albon.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Perfect, we have a bit more of durability. And now, I think we have a message. Look at that, from Elena. Hello Danny, we are currently tracking nicely towards our contract target. It's all smiles from myself and the team. Your current progress has been attached to the email, so feel free to take a look. Let's see how far you can push your performances this season. Well, this is the target we set at the beginning of the season. My target was to reach 69 in the target in my rating. Actually, we are in 70. So that means we are above. That's good news. In recognition, we are starting in 39. We are in 51. So basically, that means that I'm performing as the team even better than the team was expecting from me. And this is really nice, to be honest. So, despite the terrible race I had in Azerbaijan, that was the worst of the season, I think I'm not having a great season overall. This is something I will analyze at the end of the career mode. But by the other hand, I'm proving that when I feel comfortable in the weekends, I feel comfortable with the car. I'm doing extraordinary results, as I did in Belgium and Netherlands. Now let's set the goals for the weekend. This weekend we have not available power unit consultant and material fabrication planner. Look at that, we only need 20 points more to reach level 2 in manufacturing expert. Goals available: complete the weekend with not more than 3 collisions with other cars, or keep the tires below 120 degrees in dry, 100 on inter, or 19 in wet. Let's try to do this one about collisions. That will be a good signal. In wind tunnel we have 1010 points from 1500 we need to reach level 2. Goals: complete any session with the fastest lap, reach 281 kph or higher for 30 seconds during a race weekend. So I think the fastest lap will be very difficult, so let's put this one. In power unit consultant we have no specialist, no in fabrication planner. In quality assurance tester, goals available: spend over 15 seconds in 5th gear during a race weekend. In practice, complete a lap using at least 2 sets of tires. Well, let's do the second one. Both are very easy. We only need now 480 points to reach level 2. And finally, in strategy analysis, we need 380 points to reach level 2. Goals available: complete a drive and lap in 3 different sessions, or complete 2 practice programs during a race weekend. In this case, I will select I mean, this is very easy. Let's put this one. Okay, these are the goals, and let's set as a primary this one. Driver details: this is the contract we saw before. The accolades that obviously very difficult to reach this season. One of them probably the easier should be the championship points, and we need 50. That should be difficult. But anyway, now let's see the rivals. Obviously, after the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, everything is still the same, because both Alex and me we crashed. Fortunately, I crashed later than Albon. That means in the race result I beat Alex in Azerbaijan, because I crashed later than him. And we are now 10-7, only 3 races difference. And in qualifying, as you can see, he's destroying me this season. In championship point, as you can see, is really equal. 1 point ahead of me, Alex. This is gonna be a very beautiful battle until the end of the season. And well, I think I can gain the rivalry. It's not over yet. If I'm able to have more points than Alex and beat him in race results, that is still possible. Difficult, but it's still possible. I think I can be ahead of him. So, and my rival Pierre Gasly, sorry, here my rival. Well, Gasly is closing to me. I failed the rivalry. It's telling me because or it's telling me that I failed the rivalry or not. I don't know. I need 27 points to win the rivalry. I need 6 points more. Gasly achieved some points in Baku. It's closer to me, but I still gaining. I still winning 21-15. So I have advantage still. And the ratings, well, after Azerbaijan in Baku, second consecutive race that I did not finish. My experience is not rising up this time. And the yellow bar, the blue bar, the racecraft that is affected by overtakes and your finish position compared to starting position. Obviously I crashed, I was not able to improve and do anything, so I stay in the same position. The line, the orange, that is awareness gained through clean races and reduced by collisions of track moments and DNFs. I had DNFs, so in these last races it's not been racing up. The green in pace reflects the speed in qualifying and margin to fastest lap in race. Stay in the same position because I crashed in race. In qualifying I was not doing extremely well, so. And in focus, finally, as you can see, reflects form in qualifying and race results versus taking vehicle performance into account. In the last two races, obviously I crashed. The focus is probably the graph or the stat that is worse for me. Even it's going down in the last races. I lost 1 point in 62. This is something I have to improve in the next races. And now move on to the next. Well, this is a rating comparison. And Ardi. Okay, we have 892 points. This weekend we have some upgrades, not so much, but this is the upgrade I have of mine, and the most important one, the reliability about the energy store. Why? Because as you know, we are using now the second unit energy store and it's in 42%. From 50% onwards, it will suffer. I will suffer a reduction of energy in the battery, in the capacity of the battery, and in this game you need 100% energy in qualifying and race to perform at maximum. So at some point I will have to use a third unit. That's why I was trying to improve the durability of the energy store, but unfortunately the reliability testing won't come until the end of September after the Singapore Grand Prix, and probably if I complete the Singapore weekend my energy store will be close to 50%, so probably in the next races I will have to penalize even improving the reliability. But anyway, I try. And Albon has these developments on the way. The energy recovery system, ERS cooling, and control electronics, improved materials. Not very major upgrades, but important to know, but they won't come until I think the United States Grand Prix. It won't be ready for Singapore. So what we can do with this almost 900 points we have, let's see. Actually we can develop this piece, the redesign brake ducts. We can develop what else, the hydraulics. We can develop also the energy store cell. This one should be interesting. The heat dampers, the reshape combustion chamber, or different reliability pieces. In reliability, I won't develop anything else. I think what we have now, we are okay for the rest of the season. So let's see what kind of benefit brings every upgrade. In this case, the redesigned brake ducts, smaller and more efficient brake ducts can reduce drag, whilst still channeling the same amount of airflow through brake, ensuring cooling is not compromised. So basically that improves our drag. We have the best drag of the grid. We are the fastest in a straight line, so this is not an upgrade that we really need. In chassis, we can improve the hydraulics. The arrangement of the hydraulic fluid can be adjusted for better weight distribution without any compromise to the car's hydraulic capabilities. I think that probably reduce the weight. That will create a more agile chassis. It could be a great piece to develop. And improve energy store cells. New energy store cells have the same storage capacity properties as the period ones, but are smaller and lighter. Okay, that not change the capacity, just is weight reduction. And in the reshaped combustion chamber, an adjustment to the combustion chamber alters the pressure and temperature inside, allowing for a more fuel efficient combustion process. Probably that is for saving more fuel even. So I think, considering the tracks we have ahead, at least Singapore, I'm not counting Singapore because this upgrade won't be ready for Singapore obviously. We have Circuit of the Americas, we have Mexico, we have Brazil, we have Vegas, we have Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. I think Mexico, that is really special with very long straights. Probably all these tracks are tracks except Mexico probably, where you need a very good aerodynamic and a very good chassis. So I think I wanna focus my efforts now into development and to develop chassis upgrades, guys. This is a major upgrade. The hydraulics. Also, we can improve. I forget this upgrade. The heat dampers that vertical shocks are absorbed more effectively, resulting in less tire wear. Oh, that improves the tire wear. That is very interesting upgrade as well. The tire wear. This is a major upgrade as well. These three upgrades are major upgrades. Question is what upgrade give us better performance? And you can see just below in the line, in the blue line that is close to me, the upgrade of these three that improve more our current chassis is, as you can see here, you can see how this kind of green tick or green I don't know how to name, green mark is telling you how much will improve your chassis area if you implement the upgrade. And as you can see, this is what hydraulics improve. Chassis, this is what improve the energy store cells, and definitely the heat dampers is what will improve more our performance in terms of chassis. But this upgrade is for tire management. It should be interesting to have a much better tire management for the rest of the season. It could be very interesting for us, guys. But at the same time, I think it's more important to have a weight reduction, to have a more agile chassis. In the next races, there are a couple of circuits where we need a very good agile chassis, you know, very light chassis will be very, very good. So I think I will improve the improved energy store cells, guys. I think this is what I gonna improve, because tire wear is important, but I think we are very good in tire management in general. So I will improve this area, guys. In that way, we will reduce the weight of the car, and I think for the rest of the tracks we will be. I think it can be a very good upgrade for us. So we can rush. If we rush, we can a chance to have before quota, before the United States Grand Prix. I will rush and let's see what happens. I spend all points I have, but I think this upgrade could be very, very interesting for us, guys. Really, really interesting. Okay, so I cannot use more points. Now in vehicle, as you know, in free practice 1 and 2, I use all components. This time the energy store I will use the same, because this is an 88, it's close to explode. But for example, I will use the second internal combustion engine. I will use the kinetic number 1. The heat I will still use in the second, and in practice 3 onwards I will use the third. The turbo I will use the second unit. In electronics I will use the first, and the gearbox I will use the second. That's the components I will use for free practice 1 and 2 today, and tomorrow I will use the more fresh components. Tire allocation, important to know. Obviously this is Singapore. This is the same that's happening in Azerbaijan. More soft tires you have, better chances you have, especially in qualifying. Here we are racing under the softest, again C5, C4 and C3, so we need the softest tires possible and as much soft tires as possible. So I will use once again the softer tire choice. We need all softs possible. Here qualifying is very important to qualify in a good position. And now move on to the standings before to the Grand Prix weekend to see how they are. Well, after the last race, Max Verstappen has won again. Is champion. Officially now is champion. 7 races to go he has won. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible how much fast is Verstappen in this game. It's unbelievable. Very realistic, by the way. Alonso still in second place. That is amazing. He finished 6th in Azerbaijan. Leclerc second. He did another. He achieved a podium. Still second, 6 points behind Alonso. Then is Perez, Sainz, that always also finished in the podium. Is in 5th place. Norris, 9th place with fastest lap. Then is Russell, Hamilton, DNF in Azerbaijan, by the way, Piastri, Stroll. And after Stroll is our league, to say in some way. We are still only 1 point behind Alex. 21 points we have, Alex 22. After the bad race we have Alex and me in Azerbaijan. We are exactly in the same position. Tsunoda still 1 point behind me. It's very close between us. And Gasly, thanks to the amazing result he achieved in Baku, he finished 8th in 8th place. Now he's only 5 points behind Tsunoda, 6 points behind me, and 7 points behind Albon. So the fight for P11 is getting closer and very tight, and it's very, very fun. So this is our battle, guys, to fight for P11 at the end of the season. It's close, and I think it's very, very interesting battle. Then it's Ricciardo with only 5 points for now. These drivers, I think they will finish in these places more or less. Magnussen 4, Bottas 3 points, Ocon 1 point, and Joe and Hülkenberg still having no points. That's incredible. And in the constructors, fortunately, our great results, Alex and me, we had in previous races. We are in a very good position to defend P6. That is our target. We have margin with Visa and Alpine. We have a lot of points margin. I think it will be very difficult. They will be able to catch us. Obviously, we have to be cautious and don't say it's over, but it's looking good. It's looking very good in the constructors, but in the driver standings, as you can see, is very, very, very tight. Well, the trophies, unfortunately, second DNF in a row. It's a shame. After Monaco and Bahrain, I did a good run of races finishing, and now it's terrible. I hope to finish the last 7. That my mission is to finish the last 7 races at least, guys. That will be my target. And some stats about average grid, average position, finish, kilometers driven, well, different stats. And now it's time for move to the weekend. It's time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Let's see the weather. Here is possible we can have rain. Sometimes we can have rain here. Let's see what kind of weekend we have. Let's see how much the rest of the teams has improved or not. That's very important to know. And let's check all of this right now. Let's see, guys. Really, really exciting for this weekend. I really like Singapore, as I said. Very nice circuit. I love this Grand Prix in real life. I enjoy this track. So, yeah. Let's see. Finger crossed to have a good weekend finally after 2 terrible weekends for me in race. And thank you so much for staying here and watching, guys, this streaming. Very important for me, as always, your support. Very, very important, guys. Don't forget that in 22 minutes I will be racing here on Twitch the practice 1 and 2 of the Singapore Grand Prix. So let's see. I think we are ready now. Come on, it's taking time. I don't know why. It's taking so long this time to charge or to upload the data and everything. It should be ready really soon. But yeah, definitely it's taking a lot of time, guys. A lot of time. Hi, Lerchi. Thank you so much. Well, we are ready for Singapore. I'm trying to doing well. Well, this is the... Oh, we have rain for practice 2 and race. We have rain and race. Wow. Very interesting. Okay, this is the tire compounds we have. This is the upgrades we have for this weekend. Not major upgrades, but we have some of them. And weather forecast. Oh, look at that. Only rain at the very end. At the very end. As happened in Belgium. So maybe it's possible that the rain will not come. It's possible we can avoid rain because this is exactly the same weather forecast that we have in Spa, and at the end it didn't rain. The rain didn't come at time. So I think probably the race will be on dry. I have the feeling. And in qualifying also on dry, so yeah, it's not so worries, guys. So I think it's okay. Now finally let's check the progress history, and wow, look at that. We have improved a bit. Aston Martin has improved. They are catching Ferrari and McLaren. That means we are not at the same level than him. After Baku that we were match, but Sauber, Alpine, RB and Haas, our 4 competitors has improved much more than us this weekend. That means we're still in 6th, but we have these 4 teams close to us, much closer to us this weekend. So that means we will have to be very competitive and to try to do as best as possible this Grand Prix weekend, guys. Definitely, because we have we have competitors this Grand Prix, guys. So now it's time for the practice 1 session of the Singapore Grand Prix. Important session where I will have to do a lot of laps. This is a circuit where it's important to be on track all the time, as happened in Baku. Very technical. As much laps you do, more prepared for qualifying. So it will be a very interesting session that I will be racing in 18 minutes, guys. In 18 minutes I will be racing on Twitch, so I waiting for you there, guys. I hope to see you there for the first practice session of the Singapore Grand Prix. Let's see how competitive we are, what we can do there, if we can complete the programs. But this is something I will do on Twitch. So from now I have to say thank you so much for watching this live here on YouTube, guys, and see you in 18 minutes on Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe to reach this goal, 1000 subscribers, and follow me on Twitch to don't miss the action. Now it's time for the Singapore Grand Prix. See you there in 18 minutes. Bye bye.